Bordering Koroit on the south and 10 kilometres west of Warrnambool, Tower Hill was formed from a major volcanic eruption some 32,000 years ago. Home to a variety of wildlife and the traditional land of the Koroit Gundij people. Attractions include walking tracks, picnic facilities and lookouts. Day 4 of the Tour of the Great South Coast, and stage 6 is here in Koroit. It's a criterium over 40 kilometres, 25 laps of a 1.6 kilometre circuit, and there are 9 intermediate bonus sprints on offer. The new overall race leader after stage 5 is Raphael Freinstein from Charter Mason. He has a 2-second advantage over Patrick Bevan from Avanti Racing, and 6 seconds further back to African Wildlife Safari's Michael Schweitzer.
This tour is going to be won with time bonuses, so you're going to have to use your energy wisely and take time when you can, and pick up time bonuses when you can. So it becomes very technical throughout the next three stages. So we'll just take it step by step. But yes, we can't afford to lose any time, and you want to be taking time back from here on out.
It was an incredibly hard stage today. You know, real tight course with some sharp 90-degree corners. Down the back straight was almost like feeling like you're in Holland with how tight the one-lane road.
Raph was picking up 30 sprints. Michael Schweitzer was very aggressive, looking for those time bonuses after what happened yesterday, and I think he'll be staying very aggressive for those sprints and preems through the next 2 days. Pat Bevan was very aggressive. He picked up only the ones that he needed to do. He did just enough to get the job done today, which was very smart by him.
With 5 laps to go, a strong move came from the 2 young track stars, Callum Scottson and Daniel Fitter.
Callum did a big flyer coming from the back of the bunch, and I saw that and I thought, since I've ridden a lot with Callum, I know how strong he is, I thought this could be a very good move to get in. So I kicked out of the bunch and we got across to him and we started working really well together. He was considerably stronger than me when I was out there. I was struggling a little bit. He was doing a lot of the work. And in the end, I just couldn't hold onto his wheel and he just kept driving it off the front. And unfortunately, he got caught with about 3 laps to go, but it was a very gutsy effort and a good ride.
I think we started to get to the front with about 3 laps to go. We were sort of right there, and I think with 3 laps to go, it was almost we had to just make a move because it was starting to get a bit wavy in the front of the peloton with people trying to move up.
There were a few crashes while we were out there over in the second and last corner. Pat Shaw was one of the big riders to come down in that crash.
It was a pretty big move from Brad Evans from Pat's Veg. He really had a big shot down the second last straight.
Budget controlled the race from about 4 laps to go, and they just delivered Scotty perfectly out of the last corner. Just straight into the 200 metres to go, he opened up and just no one could get around him from there. Once he's out the front at 200 to go, it's just, that's it for him. He's going straight to the line.
It's pretty amazing really to even think coming in and winning 4 out of 6 stages. Can't ask for much more than that.
New tour leader Patrick Bevan now takes an 8-second lead into the afternoon stage. The peloton was quickly up to speed in stage 7 as they headed towards the south coast.
It was actually a really hard day. It was deceivingly hard. I think it was really fast. We did 50k, just under 50k in the first hour, and kind of just didn't relent, and guys going off the front and no one was happy, so someone would chase it.
At the first intermediate sprint, teammates Sam Crone and Raphael Freinstein came across the line in front of Patrick Bevan.
Raph was pretty keen to have a go at taking some time back, so it was nice to take one out and slot in behind him for another, so kept the game going the right way before the big sprint at the finish.
Shortly after the second sprint, won by Ed White, gravel on the corner saw Michael Schweitzer and Ben Hill go down. Schweitzer's African Wildlife Safari teammates dropped back to pace him back on and immediately took him to the front of the group. On the only hill climb of the day, Sam Burston took the points.
Climb was a little disappointing. It wasn't really too eventful, but it strung it out and it made it hard for a few guys. Maybe took some stuff out of some of the other sprinters' legs.
On the descent off the climb, a large group went clear.
Hard to keep tabs on a group that big, that close to the finish. You don't know how it's going to go. Often the big groups might not work together too well, but they hung out there for a long time, and no one really took it up till Budget did with kind of 2 or 3 kilometres to go. So made it a tough to fight for position when it's not too hard. But then when they stepped on the gas, it kind of strung it out and made it a bit easier. And I managed to get really good position into the last corner. I just hugged left. He switched right, and I just hugged left and just straight down the inside without any thought. Once it's on, it's on. So it was a pretty clean, straight sprint. It would have been disappointing to leave this tour, having been beaten clean a lot. So good to get one on the board and in a good sprint. So it was a really good day.
After an impressive day on the bike, Patrick Bevan heads into the final stage with a 19-second lead over Raphael Freinstein and 22 seconds to Michael Schweitzer.
Coming to the final stage, it's nice to have a 19-second buffer over Raph Freinstein and a few seconds further back to Michael Schweitzer. So we're going to keep an eye on those guys tomorrow. They both sprint really well and like to race aggressively. So it's going to make for a good stage and yeah, a good day.